Well, good morning, everybody, and gosh, thank you all for coming here. It gives me great pleasure to introduce Alex, the far end, Tamara, and my old mate Dennis. And Dennis and I have been doing these shows since 1981, and it feels really special. And I think now we introduce the band.
Ireland, it's been almost 10 years since Metallica last visited the beautiful MOI, but we are coming back to see you next summer, June 8th, 2019 at Slane Castle.
We are psyched to be back and play this legendary venue. We shall see you in June.
Right.
Metallica World Wired Tour. Live at Slane Castle, Saturday, June 8th. Metallica World Wired Tour. Tickets on sale this Friday.
What can I say? There are all sorts of sort of connections. Metallica were formed in LA in 1981, the same year as the first Slane. Metallica got an award in 2000 for the best live performance of Whiskey in the Jar. Metallica, great fans of Thin Lizzy, of course, who headlined the first Slane. And when Dennis and I, and indeed Alex and Tamara, started talking about what we were going to do for this year, I said to myself, how the hell do we follow Guns N' Roses? And Metallica were a very obvious choice. In fact, Metallica toured together with Guns N' Roses as a co-headliner at one stage. Metallica have sold 125 million albums. That's a sort of staggering statistic. One of the cutest things, as far as I'm concerned, and this really is a family affair, is my grandson Sean, who is still 6 years of age, not only is a Metallica fan, but he knows the lyrics. So this is a crossover band. It's a really big show, it's a big production, it's brash, and more than anything else, it's real rock and roll. I wanted at this stage in my life to show that Slane's rock and roll roots were alive and well for all sorts of reasons. And I have to say, sometimes you get to a juncture when the lyrics of a song like Nothing Else Matters really resonates. So this is a real thrill for me. It's a thrill for the family. At this stage, I don't do anything without their approval or even agreement. It is a great pleasure to be doing this still with my old mate Dennis. Gosh, we've been through it, haven't we? And I'm delighted. So if you have any questions, no matter how bizarre, or particularly bizarre, I'd be only too happy to answer them. Yes.
Sorry, no. Sorry. How are you?
Morning.
Good to see you.
Morning.
You're very careful about who you choose for Slane, Henry. How did Metallica come about?
Well, I think actually, to be really honest about it, Metallica were in the frame before we did the Guns N' Roses deal, because I think it's fair to say Metallica, Slane was kind of on their bucket list. And sometimes, you know, they haven't played Ireland for 10 years. And I've always thought that they were an extraordinary and influential band. So it was a matter of whether we could actually, do the deal and get them after Guns N' Roses. Sometimes these things don't always work out that way, but in this case it did. So there was a lot of planning. I think it was fair to say that we really zeroed in on Metallica and they on us, quite a long way out. So it was a natural choice.
Morning, Gavin Beckton from the Maid Chronicle. Henry, any word on support acts for next summer?
Metallica are actually touring with a band called Ghost, and I have to tell you that one of the things that made me laugh are the names of the band, and they are respectively Tobias Forge, Nameless School Ether, Nameless School Fire, Nameless School Water, and wait for it, Papa Emeritus II. But actually have a look at them on YouTube. They're an interesting act. And there will be additional support added at a later date, but that's still in the mix, as they say.
Like Slane, it's a day out. It'll be early gates as usual, so we're looking at 1 p.m. gates. Total of 5 acts on the bill, maybe 6. It'll start with a local Irish act, as is always the case. Henry always looks for an Irish band to open. And the full lineup, so Ghost are confirmed, Buckasa, who are another Norwegian punk band, who are Lars, the drummer, his favourite new act, so they're also on the lineup. 1 or 2 more acts will be announced further, but it's a Metallica gig. It's a 2.5-hour Metallica spectacle. That's what the show is all about.
It's going to be great. They haven't been in Ireland for 10 years. They have a huge following. I was just chatting to a mate yesterday who was at the first gig in 1988 in the Top Hat in Dunleary. This is one of the world's iconic bands. If they were going to come back to Ireland after 10 years, there's only one place they could come, and that's Slane.
Yeah, it's just going to be an absolutely huge act. I've never seen them play, but it's going to be phenomenal and such a dramatic backdrop as Slane. They're a hugely iconic band when I was growing up. I had a decidedly heavy metal phase when I was a young teenager. To see them play here in Slane is going to be phenomenal.
Metallica World Wired Tour. Live at Slane Castle, Saturday, June 8th. Metallica World Wired Tour. Tickets on sale this Friday.